Squad Busters is finally going global, so here are the top 10 characters you need to have in every single match to get more first place finishes. Alright guys, the first character we're going to be talking about is going to be the Wizard. Now something that is pretty underrated about the Wizard is the amount of splash damage that he can do to the enemy units. Also, being able to give you spells can be helpful if you have all of the good spells unlocked, like the cannon, lightning, shrink, and log spells. Also, having spells unlocked like the bomb spell is a great clutch way to escape the enemies. Having the classic form where you can hold an extra spell helps you at least have some more versatility in sticky situations. Also, having a super form will just give you even more spells since monsters will now have a chance of dropping spells. And now with the Wizard's new Ultra Evolution where bosses can drop spells, I mean, you're just going to be getting spells all over the place. Now, spells is a part of the RNG aspect that this game has, so having the Wizard to abuse that system can be helpful in getting more first place finishes throughout your matches. Alright guys, our next character we're going to talk about is going to be Shelly. Now, Shelly is such a good all-rounder unit because of her Super Shell ability. Since she has the Super Shell ability even in her baby evolution, it makes her such a great unit to have in your squad just in general. You can blast the monsters, bosses, or enemies away to potentially keep your squad alive. Dealing the extra damage with her Super Evolution makes her even stronger and will help you take anything down much faster. The fact that you can even heal after every Super Shell thanks to her classic form helps Shelly stay alive longer so she can keep on cycling her Super Shell ability. I mean, it's just nasty. And now with Shelly's Ultra Evolution where she can shoot even bigger Super Shells, oh my god, you're just going to be blasting even more things away from you. Alright guys, the next character we're going to be talking about is going to be Max. Now, Max is hands down the best speedster to have inside the game because it's so much easier to maintain your speed boost compared to like the Hog Rider or the Chicken. Also, considering the fact that her health is average and her damage is actually pretty good, so that helps her maintain her status in the meta. She even has a fusion perk where she can boost the squad speed even more, so that can just help you and your squad run around the map a lot quicker and get to wherever you need to go much faster. Now, of course, all of Max's evolutions are really good, but I really do want to point out her classic evolution, because as long as you're busting foes, that can literally be anything, you're going to be extending your speed boost automatically. And of course, now with Max's Ultra Evolution where the speed boosts are going to last longer, that's even less worrying. You're going to have to do it in order to maintain your speed boost. Alright guys, the next character we're going to be talking about is going to be Colt. Now, Colt is easily one of the best attacker units in the game because of how much damage he can do. The fact that Colt has Bullet Storm to deal that extra damage that can pierce through multiple targets is so critical. Mostly because you need that ability to go straight through the enemy squads, tanks, and higher HP units and hit the weaker range units that are hiding in the back. Especially if you have his Super Evolution, Bullet Storm can do even more damage, which just help you in general to just shred through basically anything much faster. The cherry on top to all of this is that his fusion perk where he can shoot bigger Bullet Storms and they can happen more often now. This will help you hit even more targets than before and make it happen more occasionally. And of course, let's not forget Colt's Ultra Evolution where the Bullet Storm charges when attacking monsters. So as long as you guys are attacking basically anything, you're going to be charging up your Bullet Storm and that is just going to help you do even more damage. Alright guys, the next character we're going to be talking about is going to be Greg. Now, it's great to always have at least one Greg inside of your squad, so in case there's no monsters nearby, then you can just run to a nearby tree to stay busy and get more loot that way. Now, instead of going for a second Greg or a fusion Greg, just hold down the turbo boot if you really want to break the tree faster. Now, the whole point of you choosing Greg is to get loot from trees, right? Well, now with his Super Evolution, this just makes Greg significantly better since the loot gain from the trees is so important to him. In general, it is going to be more worthwhile chopping down trees for resources because at least now you'll be getting more loot than before. This will ultimately help you get more coins and gems to help you place higher in the game or just open up more chests, which will get you a stronger squad. And now we can't forget about his Ultra Evolution where now the trees will drop hearts. So you'll be getting gems, coins, and hearts to help you guys progress throughout the game and also heal up and keep your squad alive. Alright guys, the next character we're going to be talking about, this is going to shock everybody, it's going to be Mavis. Now, Mavis was probably one of the worst supplier characters in the entire game before all of the Ultra Evolutions were added. I said that she needed a buff in her health because it was terrible, and when she's not picking any carrots, her damage was just horrendous and it wasn't going to cut it at all. Mavis is also pretty slow in general at picking carrots, and it was pretty much a waste of time unless you had like a fusion Mavis to help you pick more more carrots at once. But now at Mavis's Ultra Evolution, she gets more bonus loot from carrot patches. Also, by combining this with her Super and Classic evolutions, this just makes her incredibly strong now. The fact that now Mavis can get bonus coins for fully picking a carrot patch, picked carrots can also heal the squad, and now you get even more bonus loot from the carrot patches, this definitely makes Mavis one of the best supplier units in the entire game now. Alright guys, the next character we're going to be talking about is going to be the Trader. Now I consider the Trader to be the worst character in the entire game because he was like no value to your squad at all. He did like absolutely no damage, and damage was pretty important when you needed to like defeat other squads or higher HP monsters. I said that he needed a buff where you could get more gems when collecting coins because 1 gem at baby form and 2 at super form was just terrible. But now with the Trader having this Ultra Evolution where you can now heal much more when giving gems, it has made him that much stronger, believe it or not. And he also got a buff where you can get 2 gems instead of 1 in baby form and 3 gems instead of 2 in his super form. So that alone right there is going to be giving you more gems than it ever was going to be giving before. So now by combining his Ultra Evolution with his Classic and Super Evolution, I mean this is now why he is, okay, probably equally as good as Mavis as far as being a supplier inside of Squad Busters. Alright guys, the next character we're going to be talking about is going to be the Archer Queen. Now it's always important to keep your Archer Queen alive because she is essential to increasing the attack speed of your ranged units. Most of the ranged units like Colt are the ones that are going to be dealing majority of the damage for your squad. So why wouldn't you want to increase the attack speed of the characters that are dealing the most amount of damage for your team? The constant healing when the Archer Queen isn't attacking will increase her survivability and just give that passive ability to your ranged units. It's also pretty cool that she can fire exploding arrows occasionally if you have her classic form. That's just gonna make the Archer Queen even more overpowered. And as always with the Archer Queen's new Ultra Evolution, she now can give an Expo spell. So you can go ahead and place the Expo, and that's just like a more broken version of the cannon. And as we all know, like I said earlier with the Wizard, spells are so good in the game. So if you can get this Expo spell, place it down and hope you defeat monsters or other squads, it's absolutely disgusting. Alright guys, the next character we're going to be talking about is going to be Tank. Now Tank is easily considered to be one of the best units in the entire game, hands down. Being able to take control of the tanks that are found around the map is completely broken. The tanks have a lot of health to help you tank shots for your squad. See what I did there? And of course they can do a lot of damage as well. Her classic form has the overdrive ability which can help increase the tank's attack speed, which is really strong. And of course her super form lets tanks start off with overdrive, which is crazy good too. And now with Tank's Ultra Evolution, Tank can actually repair herself during overdrive. So it's just gonna make it that much harder for the monsters, bosses, or other squads to take you down. Before I said there's like really no flaws with this character, making her the best in the game, but now she literally has like no flaws. She's so good. Alright guys, the next character we're gonna be talking about is gonna be the Barbarian King. The Barbarian King is just a fantastic tank to have because he has over 3000 health to shield your squad. The super form just makes the Barbarian King even stronger, however, because you won't need any healing units in order for the Barbarian King to heal up. This will also make it easier for the Barbarian King to stay alive since he is essential to increasing the attack speed of your melee units. The Barbarian King is also just great in general to have because he pairs well with the Mega units. Since El Tigre and the Dragon Chicken are melee units, then the increased attack speed from the Barbarian King will make the Mega units even stronger. And of course we can't forget about the Barbarian King's Ultra Evolution where he now gives a super rage spell. So if you thought the rage spell was broken up, hey, try getting a super rage spell, making your squad even stronger. Well hey, if you guys enjoyed that Squad Busters video, I highly recommend go check out this Squad Busters video right here.